If you've been playing any game for long enough, you know throughout time it can get frustrating, it can get old, you can get burnt out pretty quickly. Am I talking about weeks, months? Not necessarily, but years. Once you start playing a game for years, you can definitely get bored, especially if the game cannot keep up with things. So it's best to just kind of take a break from that, look for something new in the meantime, and do anything you can to reawaken that spark. So for most of you watching, you're probably going to be playing Raid Shadow Legends, which is why you're on my channel and you're watching my channel. And with a game like Raid, anytime a new game comes up and players that are frustrated with the game Raid Shadow Legends, they always call it the Raid Killer. So much to a point where we've called it a meme at this point. We have the Raid Killer 2.0, 3.0, because all in all, most of the new games that pop up, they don't do so well. They really don't. It's really hard to compete with Raid. But there is one exception to that. There's an anomaly in the system. One game that came out and it's proven and has a track record that it's been doing increasingly well as time progresses. So we're going to be talking about that game here today, see if you guys like it, see if you guys want to check it out, and we're going to start with that story momentarily. This new game that I'm talking about, my experience started all the way back in 2019. What year is it now? 2022. Are you kidding me? Yes, this started out in 2019. I was invited to a Discord of a game called Chaos Magic. You might be thinking, wait, Chaos Magic? Never heard of it. That's because the name of the game that it's currently called after it was changed is Awaken Chaos Era. Some of you might know about it, some of you might not know about it, but that's what we're here to talk about today and why I like the game, why I think it's a really good game, and if you're getting tired of playing Raid, this could be the game to take a serious look at it, and there's a lot of really cool features in this game, so I think it's definitely worth checking out because what's the worst that could happen from downloading a new game, right? You just have some fun, maybe you figure out it's not for you, but it also could be for you and it could be that game you've been looking for this whole time. So here we are in Awaken Chaos Era here. I'm going to be pulling a ton of shards, see what champions I get. I don't know everything there is to know about this game, so if you're a veteran player, feel free to leave a comment on the post if I do pull anything good here. There's a few things that I like about this game. The first thing is going to be they added something very unique to the campaign here. There's going to be a special skill that shows a cutscene on one ability. I'm pretty sure maybe it's multiple abilities on certain champions of higher quality, but on one ability there's going to be like a mini cutscene that's shown, and I think that's really cool. Maybe some players say, oh, this is annoying, I have to look at this all the time. For me, the best part of games is going through the campaign, getting to know the characters, and they really did a good job on some of these cutscenes, so I don't mind seeing it for the first time I go through all of this content and watching it over and over again, pulling new champions, saying, I wonder what this champion's cutscene is going to be on their special skill here. And of course, once you clear the stages, get down the line to farming them, you don't have to watch all of those cutscenes. That won't be as much of an issue when you are auto farming the stages and you can skip through all of that. So that's definitely the good news for sure. So the major thing is going to be when looking at any new game, the aesthetics mean everything. Some people claim that, oh, I don't really care what it looks like. If it's a good game, that's all that matters. That is not true. Any game developer, any marketing expert is going to understand what we're talking about here. The game has to look good, and I think this game hits the nail on the head with that. From the champions I've seen so far, from the champions I've played with so far, they look good. They did a good job. They didn't cut corners. Nothing looks like they're clipping. They really took the time to kind of develop the aesthetics of this, and I know that's one of Raid's biggest selling points overall as a game here. Raid is known for their aesthetics, but I'm honestly a huge fan of what they did with Awaken Chaos Era and their approach to how they made all of their characters look. Outside of that, we have some really cool dungeons that we can look at as they ran through. Huge shout out to a clanmate of mine in Raid Shadow Legends, Stealth, for showing me this here. This is a run of him doing No Man's Land. Lord of Light is going to be a dungeon that you're farming here. I mean, look at this guy. Look at those wings. Look at that shield. This looks really cool. And these are what I mean about the cutscenes. I think some of these cutscenes are really cool. Is it ruining for me a bit in case I pull these champions? Absolutely. But listen, I'm here to promote the game. I'm here to see what it has to offer, and I honestly like what I see here. So there's a lot of really cool stuff happening. This is just going to be a typical boss you're going to farm in this game, among many other things you can do. So overall, looking at kind of the first dungeon I get to see, this is really cool to watch, and even the bosses get their own cinematic and mini animation screen here when they do have a special skill, and I do think that is a nice touch as well. Like I said, it might not be some people's cup of tea, but personally I do enjoy it. I think it adds something unique to the game that you don't really see in a lot of games. The next one we're going to take a look at is going to be Roaring Tupla, also of course submit by Stealth here. So let's see what this dungeon has to do. We have the typical trash waves. Is he going to one-shot them? He's not going to one-shot them. What is he using? A1s here? Okay, that guy's cool. Hey, I don't know who that is, but I want him right now. It's like a werewolf. See, this is what I mean. Kind of like a breath of fresh air. You see something new. Okay, look, he's going at it again here. We have a multi-hit king here, critting non-stop, big damage. That's what I like to see. I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting one guy to come in here, kind of one-shot the waves like we see in Raid, but that is not what's happening here. So we are fighting this rock guy. He's got two ads next to him. I think this is cool. This is kind of like an ice golem, or what it seems to be like the ice golem, because the only thing in Raid that has ads in a boss fight is going to be that. So I do like this. It looks like there's some deflection damage coming out, which is cool here. And maybe one of his champions dies, which means could this be one of the harder ones? I mean, he beat it pretty quickly. I don't know if this is considered endgame content or if it's just normal farming here, but looks like we have some counter attacks going off here. And yeah, I don't know. That champion, I need to see what his name is once we get to this end screen here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's Zatlux. I could be wrong. It could be Giangelo, but I'm pretty sure it's Zatlux, the guy who was going crazy with all the multi-hits. That guy looks really, really cool. Definitely a fan of that. Hopefully I get to pull it when I do start opening some of these shards I do have for this video here. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Arena, because Arena is going to be important. Why? They are adding real-time Arena to this game. Something everyone's wanted in any game they've ever played, real-time Arena. It's tons of fun to be able to play live with your opponent here, and we're going to get that coming soon in Awaken Chaos Era. So that is definitely something to look forward to, no doubt about it. So there we had an example of one arena match. Let's go ahead and move on to the second one here. Looks like he's kind of just flexing on some kids, flying through this rather quickly here. We do see the cutscenes once again. Very aesthetically pleasing to someone like me, because I'm all about that, and I don't really think it's annoying to see anything like that. But like I said, I haven't been playing this game for tons of weeks, months, a year at this point, so maybe it does get old after a while, but I just don't see it. It's just a breath of fresh air for me to see here. So it looks like we're going to have the typical buffing champions, debuffing the enemies, then one-shotting as best you can, revivers, all of that good stuff here. So there's a ton of new things to learn in the game as you're going through all of this content. It's something new. While it is like Raid Shadow Legends, it's going to be something completely different. You're going to have the basic foundation of how a gacha game works, but you're just going to have a brand new game to play with. So those are some of the huge driving points for me, and I really do like how they approach a lot of things, specifically in the campaign here. So currently I'm in the campaign right now. I'm on chapter, I believe 2, and let's see, I think chapter 2, and I just completed chapter 2 stage 4. So one really cool part about this game is going to be what I'm about to show you here. Once you get to chapter 2 stage 8 here and clear it, we're going to fight this big boss here, so it's going to be fun to watch. But once we do this, we get something called rookie summons. This is where a lot of players, if they're smart enough and they did enough research, they re-roll based on what happened. So what the heck am I talking about here? After this, you're going to get a slate of 5 pulls to choose from, and 3 of them will have a legendary. The legendary comes from a pool of about 8 or 10 total, so if you want a specific one, all you have to do is replay this game for about 30 minutes on a new account until you get the one of your choosing. Then you can restart the game, get that champion, and head on throughout the rest of your Awaken, Chaos Era, Career here, and everything's going to be perfectly fine. So I think that's really cool. It's kind of like picking your starters, where you don't get to do that necessarily, but they become legendary champions, and the game gives you a way to re-roll until you get to pick whichever one you want. If you want to start alt accounts, you can do that. You can pick a different champion the next time you go through. So we're going to do that here, and I'm going to show you what I've been told and what's my understanding as to be some of the best options for you that most people do re-roll for. So with that being said, let's head right into it. As you can see, we're going to go and summon. This is going to be our big summons here. So this is our first rookie summon over here. Let's click on it. I'm ready. I'm feeling generous. Here are 5 summoning chances to let you pick the heroes you want. Got it. Let's go summon. We get this nice animation here from the summoning portal. Listen, dopamine rush imminent. I'm telling you right now. So we have HECTOR. Know nothing about him. Is he good? Let me know in the comments. Literally have no idea. Tap to continue. The next one, we have, drum roll please. Is that the sign for a legendary? No, it's not. Okay, so it looks like we have 2 epics, 3 rares. On we go. Now we are going to have what do we get? We have Evra here. So from my understanding, Evra is one of the good ones that you are looking for, and there are going to be 2 others. We'll see if they do pop up across here. So let's go. Let's see if we get lucky. The other 2, just in case they don't pop. You know what? I'm not going to get too hasty here. I'm not going to get too hasty. Okay, so we didn't get it here. Maybe we only get that, and we won't get any more. Let's find out together. So we have all this going on. We have this cute little dragon here. Okay, so we have Hydresia here. So from my understanding, the best ones you want are the Evra that I did pull here. Then you have a champion called Valeria. And then finally, Mythesia. Now, Mythesia, to my understanding, is a healer and the only reviver in the game here. So she has a lot of late game use. So that might be a champion you would consider going for if you wanted to re-roll. So now I see what's going on here. This is giving us the option to pick which one of the 5 that we want to keep here. So based on what I know, I could be trolling. You guys can let me know here. I mean, this HECTOR guy, he looks pretty dang cool. I'm a bit partial to this HECTOR guy. What are his abilities? Max damage, A1 damage up. We have an A2 increased damage taken. Nice. Okay, this guy does damage. Attack S. You love to see it. Now let's go and see what the hype is about this Evera or Evera, whatever you want to call it. I'm definitely not pronouncing it correctly here. And I mean, listen, they said she was really good. Do I go with what people say, or do I go with what looks cool? You guys know me way better than that. I think that this guy HECTOR looks sick. Is he good? Is he bad? Doesn't really matter to me. I just think this guy looks awesome. So I'm going to confirm here. Maybe some people are going to cringe at that, which is fine. But listen, we're going with it anyways. Let's confirm that. Okay, so we got CC. We got Barrick. HECTOR. He looks like Olaf from League of Legends. Let me know if you know about that game. If you do, I feel bad for you. So we have 2 normal summons. Let's just go ahead and knock these out right away. Not expecting much here. I don't really know what the rates are. I'm sure we can look that up at some point. But here we are for 2 here. Then we'll do the big pulls after. Imperial Lancer Common. We don't care about commons. That's not what we're here. And then we have the Forest Wolf. Now let's go back. This is what we're here for. 202 advanced summons. It looks like, what is this? Free summon? Do we get a free summon? Am I that lucky, or is it just going to take 1 out from it? Okay, we have this guy. Okay, yeah. So it did use 1. Oh no, it didn't use 1. So that was indeed a free summon, which is really cool. So let's go summon 10 here, see what we get. We'll skip the animation. See if we can get anything spicy. And of course, like I said, I don't know anything about this game, so you have to let me know if I pull something good here, because I won't know. Okay, so we got Jacob, Epic, confirm. What if I didn't confirm? What would they have done then? Can we get a legendary? Are we going to get lucky and get a legendary? I think I heard that it takes about 100 of these pulls to get a legendary. So let's see if we can get lucky here. We have Lightwing Zachary, which is different than the other Zachary, I'm assuming here, which is nice. The one we got familiar with in the campaign. Let's go for the next 10. Okay, we have Marion Shadowblood. That's a cool looking champion. Epic for sure. Another 10 pull. And the next 10 pull we have Akron, another epic. 2 epics, Marion Shadowblood. We got our first dupe, Pog Champ. On to the next one. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Anything good? We have Intinua. She looks pretty cool. The next 10 pull here. Anything good? Anything good? Okay, no epics, no legendaries. What do we have going on here? We have Melisa, Centaur. Just like that. Hey, listen, she's good. I chose not to take her. I chose Hector instead. We pulled her anyways. Just like that. GG. Easy. Okay, here we have Kane here. He used the bear I started. I do like his animations for sure. Can we pull a second legendary out of these 200? That's the real question. I think it took, what, 30 or so pulls to get the first one. We have Gajar. I mean, he looks pretty... I'm a fan of him. We have Blackhorn legendary already. Is he good? I don't know. He looks cool, and that's all that matters to me. Am I going to use him? Not sure. All right, let's see. Can we get another one? It seems like we've been getting pretty lucky unless I don't understand the rates here. So we have Santis here. She kind of looks like Avatar character. Lightwing Zachary again for sure. Next 10. Okay, so we're about halfway through and we have 2 legendaries so far. Let's see if, I mean, listen, if we can get 4 total, I think we're doing pretty well. Marion Shadowblood again. Nice. So the goal here is, I guess, to get 4 in 203 of these pulls. That would be pretty good rates, I'm assuming. Maybe, maybe not. Can we get lucky? We have Edit Chris, then we have Celestial Kane. I was already a fan of the bear, and now I'm even more of a fan of the bear. That one looks cool. Looks like these are kind of, I don't know, like subset champions. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. Let's move on to the next 10 pull here. What do we got? Nathalia. Looks like some type of wizard. 72 left. 72 in a dream. We want to pull 2 more legendaries if possible. I might be reaching here. I do believe I was told, okay, another Celestial Kane, that you're likely just to get 1 every 100. So we did really well starting off for sure here. So 60 shards left. Let's see what we got. We have Virgil. Kind of looks like Cassidon. We have Scarlet. Okay, 52. Okay, now we have Jonathan. He's someone I remember from the early stages of this game. We have Bruzak now. Celestial Kane again. Looks like it's hopping for Celestial Kane for sure. And we have a free summon. So I wonder how this works. I'm sure it explains his summon somewhere. So we have a 1% chance of getting a legendary hero. 0.1% of getting a light and dark legendary. So I'm assuming those are like really, really rare. Probably the equivalent of voids, I would assume. This is kind of cool. You are guaranteed to get a legendary hero every 100. Okay, so you're guaranteed to get one every 100. And the drop rate does increase by 0.5% for every subsequent summon after 70. So that is also cool as well. And if you haven't obtained one after 90, then it increases by 1%. So these are cool things. And it looks like we get a free summon, I don't know, after every 100 or so. I know I had one to start out. Maybe that was their free like introductory to it. And then we get one after every 100. That's all I can know. I'm sure someone in the comments will know much better than I will. So on to the next one. Start by summoning 10s again to wrap this summoning session up. And let's see if we can strike anything good here. We have Virgil again. Okay, we have 22. We got a legendary, Dark Dragon ASRINA. And I believe if we go back here, she is part of the event. 300% increased chance to get him. Did we get this one? I don't think we got that one, but we did get Dark Dragon ASRINA, so maybe she's good, maybe she's not. Who knows? I'm looking forward to finding out. All right, another Virgil here coming in big. We have Hakrin, who we did already get, of course. Now we have 2 left. Let's just top it off. If we could get one more, that would be nice, but hey, listen, odds are low since we just pulled one. Okay, we have this turtle guy who he looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And then to cap it all off, we have Vidar, an elite, which is probably the equivalent of a rare champion. So those are our pulls. we did great here, and that's going to be the showcase of the game. What I do have for everyone is some giveaways to do, so if you want to go ahead and leave your name, your hashtag number in the comment section, and why you like the game so much, do that for a chance to win some of the giveaways. We're giving out free summoning crystals here. So like I said, what's the worst that can happen? Give it a download, try it out. If you like it, fantastic, you have something new to play. If you don't, you only lost what, 5-10 minutes of your time of the day. So that's going to conclude this video. Huge shout out to Awaken Chaos Era for reaching out. Had a lot of fun making this video. Look forward to diving deeper into the game. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you all in my next upload.